Welcome to the second challenge of C3. Your task this weekend is to create a music video for C3. You will write the music yourself and perform it on homemade instruments, then record it using BandLab and make a video of yourself. There are three main parts to the challenge. First is creating the instruments. You must create at least 3 instruments, 1 wind instrument, 1 percussion, and 1 string. You can check out our tutorial video for a description of these instrument types. At least one of your instruments must be pitched. The tutorial video describes how to change pitch for all 3 instrument families. If you create an instrument that is not a part of any of these families, you will receive a bonus point. Please include a note that tells us which instrument is in which family. The second part of the challenge is a spectrogram analysis. There is a link in the description of this video to a video describing a type of tool called a spectrogram. This is a visual tool used to represent the sound profile and timbre of an instrument. Once you have made your instrument, there is another video in this playlist that describes how to use the Chrome Music Lab experiments to create a spectrogram of your instrument. You will view the spectrogram for each of your instruments, and then you'll watch all of the sample spectrograms provided. Based on this, for this challenge, you will decide which of the provided instruments gives a spectrogram most similar to your own, and think about some reasons why this might be the case. Things you could comment on could include how similar the instruments sound, whether their timbre is bright or dark, whether they're pitched or unpitched, and whether they produce sound in a similar way, and whether or not the sound is pure or clear. This portion will be worth 5 points for each instrument. So make sure that you think of around 5 reasons why you think they might look similar. The third part of this challenge is your song and music video. Your song does not need to have lyrics, but you're encouraged to write them about C3, and points will be awarded for demonstrating C3 spirit through your song and in the video. If you're stuck coming up with ideas for your song, check out the tutorial video for tips on creating a beat and a melody. After you've made your instruments and written your song, you'll record the song using BandLab. Each instrument's part must be recorded on a separate track. See the tutorial video for an introduction to BandLab. Once your song is recorded, you're ready to make your video. You can be as creative as you want with this video. You can act out C3 themed scenes, include footage from a previous task if you want, film yourself dancing, hold up posters or signs about C3, include art or C3 posters you've made, or anything else you can imagine. Just make sure that the audio behind the footage is your C3 theme song. Your video can be as simple or as complex as you want, but points will be given for creativity and C3 spirit. You may use any editing software you want to make this video.
Well, in order to complete the task, materials will obviously be needed. So any material can be used, but some suggestions include a PVC pipe or a garden hose. So if you don't know what a PVC pipe is, it is something that looks like this right here. You can find this around your house or at your local hardware store. It's very inexpensive and easy to get. That's just a suggestion, but we highly recommend it. Rubber bands, plastic straws, wine glasses, or empty containers also work just as well. Anything that you think will contribute to the success of you creating a C3 instrument. So, the rules. You must create at least 3 instruments, 1 string instrument, 1 wind instrument, and 1 percussion instrument. So if you have forgotten what these instruments are, please see the background video for a refresher and in-depth information. So if you create an instrument that's not a string, wind, or percussion instrument, you are eligible for bonus points, so that's super cool. And at least one of your 3 instruments must be pitched. So if you have forgotten what pitch is, I will also refer you back to the introduction video. The final recording must have at least 3 tracks, and they should be from each instrument. The composition of your video must be at least 1 minute long, but repetition is definitely allowed. So you must submit a 5-second recording that corresponds with your dictation. Any materials are allowed except parts from pre-existing musical instruments that are being used for their intended purpose. So what I mean by this is you can use a guitar pick, but it can't be used to pluck a string, which is its intended purpose. So lyrics are encouraged, but they're definitely not required, but I think it would make the video a lot better. And scoring. So you will be scored according to the instrument families, the inclusivity of a pitched instrument, the creativity of the instrument design, the functionality of the instrument design, and there will be scoring according to your song and music video. So the recording is in sync, the creativity of the song, and the creativity of the video. And don't forget your C3 spirit. So 15 points will be rewarded for completing part 1 and submitting your video, 1 point for each instrument family created, 2 for creating a pitched instrument, 5 for successfully recording all the tracks in BandLab, 5 points for creativity and originality, 5 for functionality of the instrument design, 5 points for making a creative and interesting song, and 5 points for making the video creative, and 5 points for showing your C3 spirit. The whole total will be out of 50.
Good luck to all of you with this challenge, and let us know through our virtual TAs if you have any questions.